It's crazy that we still live in a world where some people still don't think Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. Not necessarily that you have to crown him as the greatest of all time, but just the simple fact that he's any good. Some people truly believe that the only reason Brock Purdy has found success is because of the weapons around him, because of the all pros everywhere on both sides of the football, and Kyle Shanahan completely discrediting everything that Brock Purdy has done. However, there's a much different feeling inside that locker room, and NFL Films captured this conversation between Nick Bosa and Brock Purdy after they punched their ticket to the Super Bowl, beating the Lions in the NFC Championship game. And my opinion of it is it really shows like how much this team truly believes in Brock Purdy. And again, at a certain point, we need to stop caring about the outside noise and really start caring about the people within this locker room, how they feel and how they view Brock Purdy. And that's why this clip is absolutely fantastic. So take a look right here as Nick Bosa has a candid conversation with Brock Purdy after they get ready to go to the Super Bowl because they beat the Lions. Check it out right here.
So the fact that you just are doing this blows my mind. All of us, bro.
All of us. It's crazy.
Did you think you'd be this good? I think I've asked you this before.
No, it's okay.
I know, but did you how much confidence did you have? 'Cause I was the second pick of the draft, and I lacked confidence at times.
Part of the game, but
Dude, I met your brother.
I think one of my favorite things about this clip is that I don't think Nick Bosa knows the camera's on Brock. So I think that this is legitimately a candid conversation. I don't think Bosa is even aware that there's a camera straight on Brock's face. I think you can tell that Brock knows that there's a camera on his face, but I don't think Bosa is like, he's just Bosa. He's just one of the cool things about Nick Bosa that we've learned, he doesn't say a lot, but because he doesn't say a lot, when he speaks, it means more. And he also doesn't beat around the bush. He's very straight to the point. He tells you exactly how he feels. Like there's no BSing with Bosa. And so when you hear him talking about Brock's confidence and then even relating it back to himself as the number 2 overall pick, a guy who has a brother that was also a top draft pick, a dad who played in the NFL, was anointed from an early age as the guy. And it's crazy to hear him, like, his perception of Brock Purdy, the way that he's like, man, are you always this confident? Like, were you always like this? I was the number 2 overall pick, and I had doubts sometimes of myself and what I was capable of. And again, to me, the biggest takeaway from all that is that this team, and I think Bosa is the perfect representation of this as well, because he's a defensive player. He's not in those offensive meetings. He's not in that offensive huddle. A lot of people think that, these teams do everything together. I mean, offense and defense, they're pretty separate. Now, obviously, in the locker room, that's different. But when you're going through meetings, you're going through installs, you're going through practice, you're off with your own side. And so the cool thing is that Nick Bosa represents, in my opinion, the whole team. And because he is from the defensive side and he provides that other perspective of not being in those huddles with him and just like, man, like what you're doing right now, the confidence that you play with, like, where does it come from? Like, how you're the last pick in the draft. I was number 2. I had confidence issues. And here you are just, and it's crazy. And obviously Brock Purdy's just super humble about it. And again, he's just trying to, yeah, it's all of us, man. Like, it's not me, it's all of us. And he's just a humble leader, man. And obviously we know he puts where he puts his faith and just where that confidence comes from for him. And it's just really cool to see how his teammates interact with him, how his teammates truly believe in him. And that's why I think a lot of the fan base too gets a little hyped up when we hear these people taking shots at Brock and all these different types of things, just saying he's a check down merchant and he wouldn't be any good if he was on a different team. He wouldn't be any good without Kyle Shanahan and all these weapons and all this. That's the only reason why he's having this success. And so, again, it's just another indication of the belief that this team has in Brock, the belief of these players. And again, these are all pros. That's the defensive player of the year who was talking to Brock Purdy about how are you so confident? Not like why, but like in amazement of what he's done. So Brock Purdy's 24 years old, first full season as a starter. Was an MVP front runner for a huge portion of the season. And now he finds himself getting ready to square off against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Unbelievable story, just unbelievable rise. And Brock Purdy deserves it all. And again, this team believes in him. This fan base believes in him. And this is the 49ers' best shot. This is their best shot at winning it all that they've had in a long time. So, in Brock, we trust. I absolutely love it. What did you guys think about Nick Bosa's soundbite? What was your interpretation of it? Did you kind of feel the same way as me? Like, man, this is what we've been saying from the outside looking in, but this is the inside, like actual, like again, unfiltered, candid conversation. And it's phenomenal. I think it's great. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.